So with that, everybody has some demons in their family. Okay, we got angels, demons, and all that. But you just need to know who your family is. And I'm sure if you're on this channel, if you've been here, thank you. I haven't said that in any of my videos. Thank you for coming here. Like, comment, subscribe. But we know how life is when you break out the matrix. You're being gang stalked, harassed, attempts on your life, and we're the chosen ones. We're a part of the 144K. We know what's what. We know what's what. But pat yourself on the back because we made it out. So, some of our gang is locked up in the ward, the psych ward. And some of them are unfortunately gone. Whether we know where their body's at, whether they're in the ground, they're in an urn, we know what's what, you know? But it was funny because I call it New Earth, but one of my YouTubers, I fucking love you, Mike, he was like, it's not New Earth, it's real Earth. And I was like, come through with the messages, okay? And I gotta write that down too real quick. I gotta write that down. Okay. So I say that to say it doesn't matter who somebody is, what their status is, what they wear, what they dress, how they drive, well, what they drive or how they dress, sorry, whatever, how many trips they can take, the fact that they can cover the bill for everybody, no matter how many houses they have. I don't care what your status is, nothing. I respect the janitor more than the CEO. I want to see how the CEO treats everybody. Who's giving their janitor or their cleaning service people who do a good job, though, because just because they're doing it doesn't mean that they're doing a good job. But the ones who truly deserve it on any scale, who's really giving them their flowers? And janitors are usually men, and men only receive their flowers when they're dead. They can't even receive them. They're fucking dead. Pardon my French. That really pisses me off because guys really aren't appreciated the way that they should. And I've always felt like that. Like guys get overlooked because they're supposed to be Mr. Macho and stuff like that. But we're human and we got feminine and masculine in us. We got yin and yang. We just got to balance it. But so you're telling me because he's a man, he can't cry? Because he's a man, he can't want flowers? Because he's a man, he can't want a box of chocolate? Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. Fucking with me is different. It's different. Like, I'm tuned in. Like, I pay attention to what my loved ones like and all that stuff. Even if I don't like it, I'm still tuned in because you can never be too aware. Like my guy says, my bro, to be aware is to be alive. To be aware is to be alive. I want to get my tongue pierced again. I think I want to get my tongue and my nose pierced again. I was thinking of getting a tattoo, but that's besides the point. So, with the demons in our family and stuff, I have a cousin. Remember, and this is the last time I'm gonna say it because y'all already know 324 on the timer. My place is wiretapped in surveillance illegally. So any names that I drop, it is what the fuck it is. Y'all did it to me. I didn't do it to y'all. So I have a cousin named David who has houses, motorcycles, dresses well, does well. He's a banker in IT. He's probably the one who got my stuff hacked because I'm sure he knows Akeem and Ahmad, the landlords, because they're into banking. So, once you're in industries and then being in Boston, once you're in industries, you just end up knowing people and stuff like that. But, he told me that he was trying to corrupt my brother. He said that like a few years ago, and I was like, what? Like, who says that or whatever? And then him and I ended up being cool, and then we stopped or whatever. And then when I asked him about Carol, my karmic cousin Sade, about my dad's situation, hey, did this happen with my dad? And he was like, I can't confirm or deny that. You basically confirmed it. You confirmed it. Now, when my auntie Joanne, his mother, passes away in 2019, October 1st, 2019, or whatever, when we were at the repast, Karmic Sade, she had like those pins. And I'm like, oh, can I get a pin? And she's like, oh, I got to go ask Kia, which is Lakia, which is the second oldest of the three. It's David, Kia, Sade. And I'm like, that's just petty. Because my dad, he was all about love and justice. Right is right, wrong is wrong. He would always step to Carol. Like, that's not right. What are you doing? Why are you treating them like that? This and that. And that's why, I am the way I am, alien DNA. I can't do that other thing, but alien DNA, gang, gang. Now I see why my dad's head was so big. I got his head and why he would rub his head and stuff. He was getting downloads and all that other stuff. Now I see what's what. So it's like, you know, um, you know, there's angels and demons in our family, and I'll probably tell you the ones, and don't look at all your family crazy, but for me, I'll sit there and I'll say all the ones who look like they're doing well for themselves have been the demons. They sign their soul over to the devil. And then the ones who aren't that fortunate, whether they sign their soul to the devil or not, I just feel like they're just unaware. They're not too sure. They're caught up, like tangled in a web. And I could be wrong, because as you get older, you know what you're doing. Um, but I specifically say that for my family because then you got Kia, who she's tied into the Brockton public schools, the education system. I had issues with my children in Taunton, in Fall River, where I live, with schooling. And I didn't think about it at first, but then when I was in the shelter in Taunton, there was a program called School on Wheels. And Kia and her daughter Nevaeh are a part of it. Now, Nevaeh, I feel like she's probably not about anything, and not like that, but like, she doesn't seem like she takes the bullshit. But Kia, everybody being under Carol's spell, under Carol being the manipulator, and Ashley, mother daughter duo, and then you got, because the Freemason Dana, now that's already a contract, and even if they're not together, because they're divorced, Carol and Dana, it's still like, okay, on the back end, you already taught me what I know, so now I can go and do some shit on my own. I can make a brotherhood and a sisterhood on my own, or whatever. And it's like, you got to be careful with that shit. And these people could feel some type of way, that I'm talking about this. You can't stop me. You shouldn't have illegally wiretapped my house and stuff like that. Illegal surveillance. My kids be in here and stuff like that. And it's crazy because like a month ago, there was a video that was talking about like 8 hours, work 8 hours, or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, hmm, hmm, like, okay, all right. And then now it makes sense because there's a whole court case that I don't know about because Tia and Jason over there in number 28 are the ones who are stealing my mail because they got that big ass industrial mailbox and they got the CCTV cameras. Then, not for nothing, I think her daughter, and no shade, no tea, because I don't know her at all, but her daughter, who is a lesbian, I believe that she's doing spell work too and taking mail and falsifying documents and stuff like that. It's just crazy. And then Tia, she had a police officer friend who he doesn't come over anymore because my house being wiretapped and stuff like that. And then Victor and Shamika on the second floor having access to my apartment. They're all, they were wired, doing the Wi-Fi, changing the Wi-Fi, and then with the surveillance stuff. So they already know what I'm saying and what I'm doing before I even do it. So they're thinking that they're 10 steps ahead of me, which at a certain point they were, or whatever. And I don't know, whatever the fuck happened last year on Halloween when the second floor dipped out and stuff like that, because I be paying attention, but I don't give a fuck. I was actually surprised motherfuckers went outside. Because motherfuckers always want to be in the crib when I'm in the crib. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's just weird. I'm a homebody. Even when I was 18, I'd go to work, do my overnight at the hotel, and go back home. It wasn't until on the weekends that I'm hanging out with whole ass Chantel's fucking fat ass. And not saying it like that. Not saying it like that. But when you just can't stand somebody and now it's just like whatever. And she's a pretty looking girl. Don't get me wrong. Like she's a pretty looking girl. So, but Soul is just ugly. Soul is ugly. Ugly. She wants to play in that black magic and stuff and go to New Orleans and go to Mississippi and dibble and dabble in this and call, Miss Cleo's and stuff on the phone. And when I was at the hotel in Norton, she had like this elixir thing, like this spray thing, and I went to go look at it. She's like, oh no, don't touch it, don't touch it. And then she's sitting there making 9:24 on the time, and then she's making a comment like, oh, and then they keep sending stuff to my vajayjay. Like I'm telling you, this spiritual stuff is crazy. I'm learning about I'm learning about spells that I didn't even know about. I'm like, bro, people are really sending stuff to my poom poom. So it makes it seem like I'm just out here itching and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, the only thing I want to my poom poom is some neck. I'm just trying to get back over. That's it's a drought out here. I don't care about none of this. Like, y'all got targets on my back for money that y'all aren't gonna get, that I don't even have, and then y'all are mad at my spiritual ranking. Really? I got people I don't even know coming at me, tarot readers who are wishing bad on me and stuff like that. Like, bro, y'all are weird. You're gonna have good and bad and everything, but come on now, y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. So, demons in the family. You got angels and demons and stuff, but just know who's who in your family, because I'm telling you, more than likely, that nurse, that teacher, the banker, like, y'all gotta read some stuff. The witches and all that, they were astrologers, they were your educators, they were, people in the legal field and all this other stuff. Like, they're all, what is the oath? What oath? What oath? Being initiated. What oath? And then look at all of them. They abuse their power. Because look at Carol. She's a notary public and a constable. Ashley, she's a flight attendant. So she can traffic in people and stuff like that. Different countries, go to different places, stuff like that. You got David, who's the banker. Then you got Kia, who has the grip on the education. Then you got uh Derek and Kay, who were in the transportation. Sade a little bit. She tried to be a police officer in Taunton, but she got caught up for looking up my information before she was really pulled into the shit. Then you got all the karmic friends and stuff like that who's like, okay, we'll give you money to come up against Jaleesa, come against the Earth Angel. Just sign your soul right here on the line. And people are really doing it. And then I'm really sitting here looking at certain people, and not like that. Like, I'm grateful for everybody, but I'm like, damn, how the fuck is everybody coming up? Like, just, and I'm still stuck. Baby father getting little opportunities and stuff like that. I'm not getting opportunities. I'm like, what the heck is going on? What the heck? I'm doing the work, cause him, Ashley, Carol, and Chantel. Those are the main ones who really have it out for me. And then you got the people on the second floor, the first floor, Tia, Jason, the whole city of Fall River, all of Massachusetts, the government from each sector, each branch, FBI, CIA, who are trying to off me because I am who I am. I'm an Earth Angel. That's crazy. And loyalty is just a tattoo, and blood doesn't make you family. People want to say, oh, because we're family, you would never do this, you would never do that. So because we're family, I'm not supposed to come online and tell my truth, tell my story. I can't tell my story after everything that you guys have done to me and my children. So you guys just want to keep doing spells and stuff like that. It's honestly, I really just don't give a fuck. And maybe it could be spell work because I'm still learning. Like, I don't, you know, keep that private. But I just don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I have such a fucking attitude. I don't care. Like, I'm aware of my surroundings, but I don't care what people do. Like I keep saying, what you eat doesn't make me shit. But because spiritually you guys keep attacking me and my children, I have to, 1313 on the timer, I have to come out and say stuff, especially with Chantel. Like, shorty, you're weird. You've been weird. And you, Sam, Tyler's baby mom, Alex, Kins from Amazon, all y'all, I don't give a fuck what happens to any of y'all. And Alex may be innocent in it, but nah, I don't think so. If Sam knows you, so what, are you Sam's baby daddy? I don't know, but I know Tyler's baby mom went to school with Chantel because dumbass Karmic baby father Kins told me that, and he forgot that he told me that. But she's been weird. Ever since we've been friends, every dude I've been with, she fucks right after. Sitting there saying I fucked her baby father, and I never did. I'm not you. I'm not you. I'm not Melissa. I'm not Teresa. I'm not Katana. I'm not Ashley. I'm not Carol. Carol calls herself the abortion queen. How sick is that? Ashley's had multiple abortions. It is what it is, but it's like, damn, like, you're just killing babies like that? Like, y'all are just sacrificing babies like that? And then had the nerve to sacrifice my child? Well, both of mine, and the other one, that there was just a miscarriage, which Manic Community, both Taunton and Quincy, y'all are So please tell me, where am I wrong for speaking my truth, my pain, turning my pain into a purpose? Now that I know who I am and what my calling is. Before, because that's the thing. Thank you, clock it. Because before I was quiet and I didn't know, so you guys were able to pull one over me. But now that I'm aware, you guys don't want me to succeed. 15 on the timer.